Good evening, students. Now, I thought we can solve some problems from the study material. So this problem is taken from ICAI study material. So it has given you to calculate the break-even point, PV ratio, margin of safety, and also draw a break-even chart showing contribution and profit. We will do that. Now let's find what is being asked, break-even point. So let's put a small marginal cost sheet. Sales is 1 lakh less variable cost 60,000. 40,000 now becomes contribution less fixed expenses 30,000. So profit is 10,000. So we have rearranged this problem into a marginal cost sheet. Simple marginal cost sheet. Now first what we have to find out is break-even point. So what is the formula for break-even point? Fixed cost divided by PV ratio. So what is the fixed cost? 30,000 is the fixed cost. What is the PV ratio? Here when you see variable cost ratio is 60%, PV ratio is 40%. Why 40%? How much you get? 30,000 divided by 0.4. 75,000. Rupees 75,000 is the break-even point. And PV ratio we have already found out here. PV ratio. Now next is the second, we have finished it. So this is second. Now third is margin of safety, which is nothing but profit divided by PV ratio, which is equal to 10,000 divided by 40%. What does that give? 10,000 divided by 0.4. Rupees 25,000. You can do it this method also, or you can do it in this method also, or you can simply say my sales is 1 lakh and my break-even point is 75,000. So obviously my margin of safety is 25,000. So in this way also you can find it out. So these are all, whenever you keep on doing the problems, you get more and more shortcuts and ideas. So I need not put the formula. So sales is 1 lakh, break-even point is 75,000. So 25,000 is your margin of safety. So we have finished these 3 points. Now we have to draw a break-even chart. So how to draw a break-even chart? Now here the information given here is only in sales value. Everything is in rupees. For creating a break-even chart, you need production units also. So as I told you, you remember in the previous lecture, how to solve the abstract problem. So you have to now think of an imaginary situation for production. And then you have to calculate the value, and then you have to plot the chart. So now, how to imagine the production? When you take the Excel, I just tried in Excel. I just assume I am starting of producing 100 units with an increment of every 100. So 100, 200, 300, 400, so up to 1000 units. So this is nothing but this is not help me to write in this. So this is units. The digital pad sometimes gives you hiccups. Now, when I produce 100 units, I have to reach the sale of 1 lakh gradually, because what is given here is sales is 1 lakh. So I assume sales per unit is rupees 100. So a sales per unit is 100 means I get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and I come up to 1 lakh. Now, what is the variable cost ratio here? Variable cost ratio is 60%. So on the sales value, I have calculated the variable cost. 100 into 0.6 is 60%. So I have got these values, variable cost, these values. Now, what is the fixed cost given in this problem? Fixed cost is 30,000. So irrespective of my production, my fixed cost will always remain to be 30,000. Now, total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. So this is the column. So when you plot a chart, I have taken the sales. So I have plotted the sales here. So this is the sales going on up to 1 lakh. You can see that. And then I have plotted the variable cost. Variable cost. So this is being plotted here. And maximum variable cost is coming to 60,000. So I have plotted here. These are all imaginary figures. And corresponding to these imaginary figures, we have brought it up to the sales of 1 lakh. And in that, we are performing the actions. Now, what is the total cost? Total cost starts from 36,000. So starts from here and goes up to 90,000. So what is the total cost here? My variable cost plus fixed cost, 90,000. My variable cost plus fixed cost, so 90,000. So 90,000 is my total cost. So 90,000 is my total cost. So now, I'm going to now copy this. Okay, I'm not able to copy here. So we will see it here. You see this part is 1 lakh sales. This part is 1 lakh sales. And this part is 90,000 total cost. So what is the profit here? 1 lakh minus 90,000, 10,000 is the profit. So this is what we got here, 10,000 is the profit. Now what is the total cost here? Total cost is 90,000. What is the variable cost? 60,000. So if this area is fixed cost. So this area is fixed cost and this area is your variable cost. Now, the intersection point is called as the break-even. Here, the intersection point is called as break-even. What I will do is, let me take a screenshot so that we would be in a much more better position to, I'll do that here. So I have brought in the chart here. So this is the sales. This is the total cost. This is the variable cost. This portion is 10,000, which is nothing but profit. This portion is 30,000, which is nothing but the fixed cost. This portion is 60,000, which is the variable cost. Now, your break-even point lies somewhere around here. So, which means it will be having, when you draw a line here, it will be somewhere around, give you 75,000. And when you drop here, you get 750. So 750 into 100, 75,000. So this is the break-even point you have. Now, incidentally, here I would like to tell you one point. This angle, you see, this angle has got a name. This angle means this is angle of incidence, where your total sales and total cost intersect, and thereby it forms an angle. That angle is called as the angle of incidence. Now, for 10,000, the angle is very small. If it is 20,000, the angle will stretch more. It will be more. So, less the angle of incidence, less will be the profit. Greater angle of incidence, greater will be the profit. So when you come across a term angle of incidence, don't get just that as if you are introducing a new term. It is nothing but the break-even point, the angle which starts at break-even point, the angle where the total cost, this is the total cost, this is the total sales, the place where it meets, and then it creates an angle. So that angle is called as angle of incidence. More the angle of incidence, more the profit will be. Less the angle of incidence, less the profit will be. So this is what is the concept of angle of incidence. So which can be explained by a graph. So if in examination they ask for angle of incidence, immediately you should think of the angle which starts at the break-even point, where the total sales and total cost intersect. So I was just trying to give you a other side view of, because some people may think angle of incidence means a new term. It's not a new term. It is just the angle which is being created at the time of break-even point, where the total sales and total cost merge together. That point where the angle starts. And as you have very well seen here, greater the angle, greater the profit, lesser the angle, lesser the profit. We will work out more problems in times to come. So till then, goodbye, good luck.